Have you ever reached the point in life where you begin to take stock? A point where the noise and the relentless hustle of the world start to fade, and you find yourself listening for something quieter, something more authentic? In that quiet space, you begin to understand what truly matters. It's not in the grand achievements, but in the steady, unassuming presence of a loyal companion. Sometimes the most powerful reflection of that truth is found in a pair of devoted eyes looking at you through the glass. What you are witnessing is not sadness, it is a profound and patient hope, a quiet, unshakable belief that the next great chapter of their life, the one they were always meant to live, is about to begin. A shelter is not a final destination, nor is it a place of forgotten souls. Think of it as a crossroads, a sacred place of transition where second chances are not just given, but are bravely embraced. Every single day within these walls is a quiet testament to an incredible resilience. The morning light spills across the concrete floors, and with it comes a ritual of hope. They practice the perfect tail wag, not with the frantic, untamed energy of a puppy, but with the nuanced wisdom of a soul that knows a true connection is worth every second of the wait. They rehearse the gentle press of a head against the hand that they believe will finally offer them the one thing they crave above all else: permanence. They have heard thousands of footsteps echo down the long hall, a constant, rhythmic reminder of a world moving on without them. But they're listening differently now. They're listening for a specific cadence, the steady, intentional sound of their person, their hero. Through the kennels, they share a silent wisdom with one another, not with whines of misfortune, but with the quiet language of shared dreams. They communicate visions of a future filled with simple yet profound joys. Dreams of a favorite worn-out armchair that smells of home and history. Of lazy Sunday afternoons spent napping in a warm sunbeam on the living room floor. Of being a trusted, essential partner on life's journey. They aren't waiting for a savior to rescue them from a sad situation. They are waiting for a teammate, an equal to sharing the grand adventure of a life well lived. Take a long look at this dignified, gray-muzzled Labrador. He is so much more than a dog. He is a living piece of history, a walking, breathing testament to a loyalty that time cannot erode. In his soft amber eyes, you can see the gentle echo of past seasons, of family dinners and holidays, of children growing up and moving on. He is the keeper of 1,000 unspoken stories, a silent guardian of comfort and unwavering affection. He now waits not just for an owner, but for a kindred spirit. Someone who understands that the very best relationships in life are not about possession, but are built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared silence, and quiet understanding. He is ready to become the calm, steady anchor in your life. The one who greets you at the door not with a leap and a bark, but with a low, happy, sweeping tail wag that wordlessly says, "Welcome home. Because you are here, everything is right with the world." And this quiet, reserved little one, tucked into the corner of her bed, she is a living testament to the fact that the deepest, most profound love often comes in the quietest, most unassuming packages. Her past may have taught her the hard lesson of caution, but it never for one moment extinguished the brilliant light in her heart. She holds within her a vast reservoir of affection, carefully protected, waiting for someone with a gentle hand and a patient soul to sit with her, to meet her where she is, and to promise her, "You can let your guard down now. The world is safe with me. You're home for good." In return for that simple, priceless gift of safety, she will offer a fierce, unwavering devotion that will become the very bedrock of your life. Every soul here has a unique story, a different kind of strength forged in adversity, ready to become the missing essential piece in someone's personal legacy. And then, after all the days and nights of waiting, the day arrives. It feels less like a random act of magic and more like a moment of undeniable destiny. A person walks down the hall, past the chorus of hopeful faces, and then they stop. Their search, perhaps a search they didn't even know they were on, ends. Their eyes meet a pair of waiting eyes, and in that single silent moment, a lifetime of understanding passes between them. A powerful, unspoken conversation takes place. "Oh, there you are," the human heart says. "I knew I'd find you." And the dog's soul replies, "I've been waiting." It's a connection that feels both startlingly new and as ancient as time itself. The sharp metallic sound of the latch on the kennel door is no longer just a noise. It is a turning point, a definitive sound that separates the past from the future. It's the sound of a history of uncertainty being left behind and a future of promise swinging wide open. The first step out onto the floor is deliberate, even cautious, a step into a new and unknown reality. And then the breathtaking, heart-stopping realization dawns. The tail gives a slow, thoughtful wag, then another as if testing the feeling of this new happiness. It gathers momentum, sweeping wider and faster until it becomes a blur of pure, unadulterated joy. This is so much more than an adoption. It's a homecoming, a life reclaimed, a destiny fulfilled. But the truly profound, life-altering part begins now. The first car ride home. The world through the window is no longer a distant, untouchable landscape. It's a vibrant, thrilling promise of new adventures to be shared. The wind that rushes in carries the sense of freedom, of pine trees and fresh-cut grass, the very scent of their new life. And then, the moment they cross the threshold of their forever home. The air inside smells different. It smells of coffee and old books, of comfort and belonging. It smells of family. It's the first time they explore the rooms not as a temporary visitor, but as a full-fledged resident. They map out their new kingdom with their nose, the kitchen with its tantalizing aromas, the soft rug that will become their favorite napping spot, the quiet corner that will be their safe space. It's the first time they discover their own bed, their own toys, their own special place in the heart of a family. It's the profound moment they cease to be a rescue dog from the shelter and simply, beautifully become your dog. The most powerful, defining moment of this homecoming often arrives in the deep quiet of the very first night. A dog who has only known the restless, anxious energy of a crowded shelter finally settles into the peaceful, comforting silence of their own home. You watch them circle once, twice, a ritual as old as time, and then they collapse into their bed and let out a long, deep, soul-cleansing sigh. That single sound is a story in itself. It's the sound of a heavy burden being lifted, the sound of years of uncertainty and fear melting away. It is the sound of a warrior finally, truly at peace. It is the sound of a life being made whole again. This is the happy ending that they and you so richly, deeply deserve. This kind of profound, life-changing joy isn't a rare miracle reserved for a lucky few. It's a choice. It's a conscious decision to create a legacy of compassion. These stories are not just something to watch from a distance. They are a heartfelt invitation to act. Right now, in your local shelter, countless quiet heroes like these are waiting. They aren't waiting for a perfect person with a perfect life. They are waiting for their person. Like a kind storyteller sharing a heartwarming story, we invite you to be part of this powerful movement of second chances. If this story has stirred something within you, please share this video. But more than that, tell us in the comments below about the hero dog that changed your life, or the one on screen whose story resonated with your soul. Your words and your share might just be the bridge that connects one of these incredible souls to their forever home. And if your heart and your home are ready, consider taking that next step. You won't just be getting a pet, you will be gaining a partner for life's journey, a silent confidant, a source of unwavering love. You are not just closing a sad chapter in their life, you are beginning the most beautiful chapter in both of your stories. Find your hero. Your greatest chapter is waiting to be written.